Oh! What the hell is wrong with him?
Be my Valentine.
At 6, I'm gonna walk you like a dog.
I had a dream. Crawling on the edge of a ring.
I sentence you to a lifetime of mediocrity.
You've probably heard this one before.
Kenny Omega! Big up on the shoulders! Rib. One winged angel. Nobody kicks out. Omega kicks out.
A great match, but no story. AEW doesn't tell stories. They just wrestle. It's a criticism that's echoed in every thread, podcast comment section, and lazy headlines. And yet, when you really look closely, for those who actually watch, AEW might be one of the most storytelling-rich wrestling promotions of the modern era. It's just that AEW doesn't spoon-feed you. You've got to invest. And nowhere is that clearer than in the story of Hangman Page and the Elite.
I'm not a child anymore. I'm not your puppet anymore. I'm not the Elite's man anymore.
From the very first episode of Dynamite, Adam Page was positioned as the guy with potential. But what made him different was that AEW didn't try to pretend he was ready. He wasn't, which is why he lost to Chris Jericho to crown the inaugural World Champion.
It's gotta be it! And it is it! Chris Jericho is the first ever AEW World Champion!
He was lost in the shadow of bigger personalities like Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody, more established, well-known guys. He was the quiet one, the unsure one, the anxious millennial cowboy. His journey wasn't about dominance. It was about growth, doubt, trust, and friendship. He fails to win the AEW title. He loses his confidence. He drowns in it in alcohol. He distances himself from the Elite. And in that isolation, he finds unexpected family, the Dark Order. The result of which wasn't just a quirky friendship, it was healing. They embraced him, no pressure, no judgment. It made his world softer. It made us believe in him again. And by the time Hangman finally faced Kenny Omega at Full Gear, it wasn't just a match. It was the culmination of years of storytelling, of a man becoming whole again. And even now, with his recent win over Will Ospreay and an impending clash with John Moxley, again, it all feels like one long novel. A story that never really ended because Hangman is AEW's main character and he's still riding.
You stupid old man. I'm a snake. I made a promise that I was gonna become the best in the world in spite of CM Punk.
If Hangman's character is a long-form tale, MJF and Punk was a theater, a drama of ego, manipulation, and blood morality.
I will become a monster to fight the monsters of the world.
MJF, once the loud-mouthed villain, tells the story of a kid who believed in his hero CM Punk, who wore his t-shirts, who cried when he left, who became a monster when his hero abandoned him. That one promo, the one where MJF tears up, flips the narrative. Suddenly, the villain had pain, had humanity, and a bit of morality. And CM Punk, the hero, started to crack, to question himself. Their feud wasn't about titles, it was about betrayal. Punk having to ask himself, am I the bad guy in this situation? MJF weaponizes sympathy. Every promo was a gut punch, every match an exorcism of emotion. And even when MJF won, drenched in blood and bitterness, it doesn't feel like a victory, it feels like history. You see, AEW lets their story breathe. They didn't need a title to tell you who these men were, just microphones, scars, and of course the truth. And of course you have Eddie Kingston.
You judged me. I came to that locker room to get free, and all you did was judge me.
Look, if MJF was Punk's psychological opponent, Kingston was very well his moral one. Looking back, I think we can all agree Punk's AEW run is still more significant than what he's done since he got back to WWE. But alas, you see, this feud didn't have months of build. It didn't need that. All it took was a single promo, and the internet never stopped buzzing.
You want an apology? That's what you wanted. That's what you said Wednesday, right? Answer me when I'm talking to you. This man was once a hero of mine, but you low-life scumbag, two-faced, narcissistic bitch. You, give me a second. You judged me. I came to that locker room to get free from my mental crap, free from the streets. I came to that locker room for brotherhood, and all you did was judge me. No, you were wrong. You were wrong. That's what I know. That's the Punk I know.
And listen, it's a hard pill to swallow, but we judged you and we held you to a standard of the potential that we saw in you. You're the one who fell short of that mark. And then you can walk in the back and you can try to blame me, but it's not my fault. I am not wrong for seeing greatness in you 15 years ago, but I damn sure am a fool for trying to hold you to that standard and expect greatness because you're a bum.
All it took was a single promo and we were all interested. That's what happens when you let guys go out there and tell their story. You see, there's something AEW does so well is just let their talent speak unscripted, in the middle of the ring, no extra drama, no interruptions, just perspectives clashing for everyone to see. Kingston was fire as usual, he was real. Nobody wants you here, he said. And Punk replied, you are a bum. It's no one's fault you couldn't live up to your own potential. This feud, this real life feud, it wasn't about wins. This wasn't a sports story. It was two men standing in front of each other, ripping open old wounds and daring each other to flinch. And if you pay attention, like really pay attention, most of Eddie's feuds always involve him opening up old wounds and having to prove himself and to everyone that he belongs with the top guys. AEW lets it be raw, no cinematic lighting, no dramatic music, just pain and passion.
He broke into my home! He threatened my family! We have to leave! We have to leave our home! Do you understand what that's done to me? and never paid for it, and they loved him for it.
And finally, we have to talk about Hangman again, because his story never truly ends. His continued feud with Swerve Strickland, which is top 5 all time, doesn't matter how you got it, isn't just about winning a match. It was never about that. It is about a man who thought he had redeemed himself, being told he was complacent. And another man trying to rise to the top of his very own potential. Swerve got deep. He said Hangman was a failure, that he has lost his fire, and in response, Hangman snapped. The story that followed was brutal, bloody, and uncomfortably real. The Texas Death Match wasn't just a match, it was a breaking point. Eventually, Hangman didn't just beat Swerve, he tried to erase this man. I mean, he wanted to give this man permanent brain trauma. But the white part, Swerve didn't die, he thrived. Both men came out of this looking stronger than ever. It's hard to say who won for sure, cause the feud is ongoing still, but that's what makes good feuds. Both men, everyone involved, comes out looking better than they were going in. And you just know when these two would eventually put their differences aside and finally team up, it will be generational for sure. But let's see where the road to All In leads us.
We are the heart, we are the soul, we are the spirit of this place. We are elite.
AEW storytelling isn't always flashy. It doesn't always involve authority figures, soap opera angles, or forced catchphrases. But it is storytelling. It is emotional, is messy, is layered, is nuanced. From the Elite's betrayal to MJF's manipulation, from Eddie Kingston's honesty to Swerve's evolution, from the anxious cowboy to the main character, AEW doesn't hold back. But if you watch closely, the stories will reward you. So next time someone says AEW has no storytelling, ask them if they've actually been paying attention or even watching. Because in AEW, everything is the story.
You know, recently MJF said to me that he thought deep down, I was afraid that I would never win the World Championship again. And, you know, he's wrong all the time. He's a dumbass. But he was right. You know, I've been afraid that I would never hold the World Championship again or even come close. And I mean, this is as close as I have been in 3 years now, and this means the world to me. Yeah.